Hey everybody, what's up? This is Colton from Burnt Toast, and today is November 5th, which is the official release of X and Y's Phantom Forces. It's a new set that's come out. There's a lot of exciting cards in this, and today I'm going to open up 60 packs and talk about it, go over all the big cards, just kind of talk about the new decks that are probably going to come out from this, and also I've got a giveaway. I am going to give away 10 online code card packs, just one to each person. I just have like a little question, and in the comments below, if you will answer this question correctly, then I will email you a free online code. The question is, why is the new Spirit Tomb's first attack called Be Cancel? If I get one in one of these packs, I'll show it to you. If you answer that question correctly, then just leave your answer and your email. If you get it right, I'll email it to you, and I only have 10 to give away, so it's just a fun little giveaway. Hope you get it right. So we're going to get started and open these up. So with our first pack, not everything's showing up just yet, but we're just going to go over the main stuff. So while everything's loading, we're going to go over the new Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet has Bide Barricade. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, each Pokemon in play in each player's hand and in each player's discard pile has no abilities. This is the new Garbodor. Once Garbodor cycles out, this will be the way that you lock off abilities. The only problem is it has to be active, which is harder, not as good to... it's not easily set up. Right? I mean, they can knock it out, and then it just, they have abilities the next turn. So I don't think it's as good, but this is going to be the new way to do it. Wobbuffet has 110 HP. It's a basic Pokemon. That's better. You don't have to evolve. And it has an attack for 1 Psychic and a Colorless. Psychic Assault does 10 plus. This Pokemon does 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this isn't really going to be an attacker. It's mainly just for its ability. Also, Roller Skates was reprinted. Flip a coin if heads, draw 3 cards. And the new Spirit Links are out. 2 new Megas came out in the set. That's Mega Gengar and Mega Manectric. And now, when you play this trainer, or this item, during your turn does not end if this card is attached. It becomes Mega Manectric. So it's a tool card. You attach it to your Manectric EX, and when you evolve, your turn doesn't end, which is awesome. And Mega Manectric is very, very good. The new Dedenne is Fairy type, which is kind of interesting. Got a Galvantula. Don't really know how to say that. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active. The new Pokemon is now confused. So it's a Pokemon, or it's a Lysander, and you confuse them, and then it has Electro Web. For 60, the defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. So, I mean, that's kind of like the highlights of this pack, and we'll move on. So the next one, alright, we got some good cards here to talk about. Gotta click all this new stuff. Alright. So the new Bronzong, this is going to be used in the new Steel deck that's coming out. It has the ability Metal Links. Once during your turn, you may attach a Steel energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. This is going to be the energy acceleration for this new deck that's coming out, and I'm extremely excited about it. I'll be hopefully getting all the cards I need for it and putting up a video soon with that. What else do we have here? These are the new Team Flare tool cards, and these are very interesting. Jamming Net. There's 2 of these that have come out, and this is one of them. You attach it to your opponent's Pokemon. When it's discarded, this card goes into your discard pile, not your opponent's. The attacks of the Pokemon this card are attached to do 20 less damage. And it's pretty awesome because, I mean, they can't attach their own tool card, so they do 20 less damage. They can't attach their own tool, and there's some other cards that you can do more damage when there's a tool attached to your opponent's Pokemon. So it's actually all around a very cool tech card. I'm very excited to use that. So what else do we have here? Alright, Double Colorless was reprinted, and this is kind of interesting. There's a Night March is a new attack on. It's on Joltik, Pumpkaboo, and there's one more I can't think of right now. But Night March for 3 colorless, it does 20 times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack. So you fill up your discard pile with Night Marchers, and you can stack up a lot of damage, which is pretty cool. They're all low HP Pokemon, nothing really exciting, but you could make a pretty mean deck with that. The new Slurpuff has tasting. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, draw one more. So it allows you to draw an extra card. If it's active, you can draw 2 more during your turn. It has the attack Light Pulse for 60 damage. It takes a Fairy Energy and 2 colorless. Prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Not a bad attack. It's a stage 1 Fairy. That's a really cool ability. And now Steel Shelter. Each Steel Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, cannot be affected by any special conditions. So that also will be in the new Steel deck. That's how I am planning on running it, with a few of those. And what else do we have? Alright, so we have got the new Golbat. It's very interesting. This is kind of cool. When you evolve these, you get to do damage to your opponent's Pokemon. It has Sneaky Bite. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may put 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. So just for evolving, you get to do 20 damage, which is pretty awesome. Lysander's Trump card. It's one of the new supporters. Each player shuffles all of the cards in their discard pile back into their deck except for Lysander's Trump card. So I'm not exactly sure how great of a card this will be. Late game, I mean, you can get almost your whole deck back. That's awesome. But at the same time, your opponent does the same. So, I mean, if your opponent's running out of energy or things that they need, it's not going to be great to give it back to them. But in clutch situations where you need a bunch of stuff that's in your discard pile, Lysander's Trump card could be a trump card and help you out. So that's pretty exciting. That's a new one. So Robo Substitute is another awesome card that's come out. This is an item card. You play it as a 30 HP basic Pokemon at any time during your turn. You can discard this Pokemon from play. So this, I think, is going to be Donphan's new best friend. Because when this is knocked out, your opponent can't take a prize. So you can spinning turn into a Robo Substitute. They kill it, and they've wasted their turn attacking. So literally, you're stalling. They're killing nothing while you keep doing damage to them during your turn, which I think is awesome. And then there's a new special energy. It's a Mystery Energy. The card this can only be attached to a Psychic Pokemon. It provides a Psychic Energy, but only while attached to a Psychic Pokemon. And it makes the retreat cost of the Pokemon it's attached to 2 colorless less. So it gives, Mewtwo's got free retreat now with this. I mean, it's a lot of things. It just basically makes them have free retreat, which is awesome. So that is the stuff we got here. Alright, so the Diancie, it's a new fairy Pokemon that's come out. For a fairy energy, it has Sparkle. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack does nothing. So it says you might hurt me or you might not. We'll find out. Diamond Storm does 60 damage, heal 30 damage from each of your fairy Pokemon. And it takes 2 fairies, energies, and a colorless. It's got 90 HP, and I really like that picture. It looks really cool. What else? Hand Scope. Your opponent reveals his or her hand. Kind of an interesting little card. It's a new item. And Zerosic. Choose a Pokemon Tool card or Special Energy card attached to a Pokemon in play and discard it. Now you might be thinking, why not play Startling Megaphone or an Enhanced Hammer? Well, the reason for that is because of Seismitoad. being able, you can't play items, so this gives you the option to do that even when you're not allowed to play items. You can still be able to discard a tool or a special energy. So Zerasik's a new trainer or supporter I think we might be seeing a little bit of here. 55 packs left to go. Let's see, what do we have in this pack? We got an Exploud. This is one of the rares. Boom Burst. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's cool. And Hyper Voice for 4 colorless does 90. Nothing great, but you know. And we got another Roller Skates. Alright, so got that Wobbuffet, Excalibur for a Steel. Poke Through does 20 damage, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. And for a Steel and 2 colorless does 60 plus flip a coin if tails. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. So flip a coin until you get tails, it does 30 more each time. AZ is one of the new supporters. Put one of your Pokemon into your hand and discard all cards attached to it. I'm kind of bummed that AZ didn't have a cooler, like it wasn't a better card, because AZ was so cool in the game, but I don't know. I mean, it's very interesting. It's a very useful card. And now each Psychic Pokemon's attack cost 1 colorless less. This is Dimension Valley. It's a new stadium. And moving on. So, got another Lysander's Trump card. Joltik with Night March, like I was talking about. Litleo, there's a new Pyroar that's come out. Swalot has 110 HP. 1 Psychic and a colorless. Does Poison Gas does 30 damage. Your opponent's active is now poisoned. And Swallow Up does 50 plus if before doing damage your opponent's active Pokemon has fewer remaining HP than this Pokemon. This attack does 50 more. Pretty interesting. And then we get another Lysander's Trump card. Alright, got Diancie and Gourgeist. This is interesting. Gorganic, very well named ability. If this Pokemon has a grass energy attached to it, its maximum HP is 200. It's kind of crazy that for having a grass attached, it has more HP than an Yveltal, or even a Darkrai. I mean, it's pretty awesome. And it has the attack Horror Note for a Psychic and 2 colorless, does 10 times the number of cards in your hand. So it's not going to do a ton of damage, but it can have very high HP. And Target Whistle, one of the new items that I love. Put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench. So basically you're saying I want to kill that, and you can bring it out, put it on their bench, and deal with it later. It also takes up room on their bench. It can make it a little difficult for them to get out what they need. That's exciting. And new Chandelure. Professor Sycamore was reprinted. Chandelure, fainting spell. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from your opponent's attacks, flip a coin if heads the defending or the attacking Pokemon is knocked out. So when they knock you out, they also might die, which is interesting. Curse Drop for a Psychic and 2 colorless. Put 6 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. That's a useful attack, but being a stage 2, I don't know how great of a card this is going to be. VS Seeker I see as being one of the new, since A-Specs are going to cycle out next year, I guess this will be your new dowsing machine. Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. So, you know, it gets you to go back into your discard pile and grab something you need, bring it back out. So, I see this as being the new dowsing machine in the near future. Lumineon has Neon Sign. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them and put them in your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Kind of like a Call for Family. And Water Pulse, a water and a colorless, does 30 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Moving on. Alright, got a full art. This is Flogress EX. It has 160 HP. It's a very pretty card. I like it very much. I'm glad to own it now. For a fairy energy, lead, search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And for a fairy and a colorless, Bright Garden does 20 times. Its attack does 20 damage times the number of grass Pokemon and fairy Pokemon that you have in play. So if you've got, your bench full of fairy and grass Pokemon, you can do 120 damage. Not bad for 2 energy. That's pretty cool. It does have a little, lower HP. It's not 170, but still very interesting card. And Trick Coin. This is an interesting tool card. Once during your turn, after you flip any coins for an attack of the Pokemon this card is attached to, ignore all those effects and flip again. So it kind of acts as Victini or Flip-tini. Allows you to reflip. That's cool if you're playing with Mega Kangaskhan. You can use that. I would probably still run it with Victini and Muscle Band, so you can ensure that knockout, that one-hit knockout on a Pyroar. But still, Flip Coin is a very useful card. Chandelure, got AZ again, a VS Seeker. There's a Pachirisu as Trick Sticker. For a colorless, does 10 damage to defending Pokemon's weakness is now Psychic till the end of your opponent's next turn. And Pachi, the second attack does 20 plus Flip Coin. If Heads' attack does 30 more. So you can make them weak to Lightning and then possibly hit them for 100 damage the next turn for 2 energy, which is pretty cool. What else do we have? Alright, so this is the Spirit Tomb. The question was over. B Cancel for a colorless does 10 damage. Your opponent can't play any Pokemon from his or her hand to evolve the defending Pokemon during their next turn. So that's the question. Why is it called B Cancel? Leave the right answer below and you'll get a free online code. And Confuse Ray, Darkness and a colorless does 30 damage. Flip a coin. If Heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. That Golbat. Alright, here's the Crobat. Also has Surprise Bite. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So you evolve into Golbat and do 20 damage, and evolve into Crobat and do 30 more. So just for evolving, you're not even attacking, you do 50 damage, which is pretty awesome, and the picture looks super cool. Skill Dive for a colorless. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Interesting. Put it wherever you want. Pretty cool. Alright. We've got another Manectric Spirit Link. I hope to see a Manectric here soon. I would like to do that for sure. Have that card in my arsenal. Alright, so Enhanced Hammer has been reprinted. Let me know how you feel about that. From someone who plays with double colorless, I'm not a huge fan. I don't want to deal with this card. But if you're playing with Seismitoad and your opponent's not allowed to play items, not too big of a deal. But still, I don't know. Never was a fan of the card. I didn't like it being used on me, but I do like using it on others. So, it's a two-edged sword, I guess. The new Musharna has Dream of Memories. For a Psychic Energy, shuffle 3 cards from your discard pile back into your deck. That can be useful. And a Psychic Anacollis has Dream Dance for 30. Both active Pokemon are now asleep. Musharna and Muna have always had something to do with sleep. So, alright, 45 packs left to go. I've only seen 1 EX, but it's alright. This isn't opening. What's going on? Why is the packs not opening? This isn't good. Hold on, let's see what's happening. I don't want it to be actually opening packs right now. And us not seeing them. Yeah, that was the last one we opened. Oh no. Let's not disconnect. Hopefully the server will respond. Can't be losing connection with the servers. This can't be happening. Got the Ethernet cable plugged in. I don't know why it's having a problem. Got direct access. Well, darn. Alright. I don't know what to do. This stinks. I guess we can just wait a second. I don't want to have to disconnect because I don't know if I can reconnect. The internet's been kind of messing up here all day. It's been raining constantly for like the past 3 days. It really sucks. Don't like it. Alright, we're going to disconnect and try to reconnect, and hopefully we can do that. Oh, it's not letting us. Alright, gotta log in real quick. And it seems to be loading well. So, alright, Diancie, we got the new background. And we're going to go back to opening up packs. Hopefully we still have 45. Oh, it opened one, and we didn't see what we got. Is this it? No, I don't know where it went. No, that's not it. Alright, well, we missed a pack, but we'll move on. Alright, so nothing real interesting here. There's a Boldor for a fighting. Core heal, discard a fighting energy attached to this Pokemon and heal 50 damage from it. And for 3 fighting, Power Gem does 60. It's not too great. And the new Gliscor has Submission Hold. 1 fighting does 20 damage. Your opponent can't attach energy cards from their hand to the defending Pokemon during the next turn. That can be pretty annoying. And then Poison Jab for fighting and 2 colorless does 60. Flip a coin of heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Moving on. We got another Sycamore. Nothing really cool here. Just gonna keep moving. Another Flare Gear. Shauna was reprinted. Let's look at Chansey. It has 100 HP. Nap, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. And Lucky Punch. If you don't have exactly 7 cards in your hand, this attack does nothing. I don't know how often this attack is going to work for you then. But it does 100 damage for 3 colorless if you have exactly 7 cards in your hand. I think that's going to be a little difficult to pull off, but can work with it. And pack 41. Still not seeing anything too exciting. Keep moving along. Target Whistle. I'd like to see that new Pyroar here in a minute. Swadloon. Stage 1, 70 HP. Protect for a colorless. Flip a coin of heads to prevent all effects, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. And Corkscrew Punch for 2 grass and a colorless does 40. That's terrible. Alright, moving on. 39 packs left to go. Dialga EX. Alright, 1 card closer to finishing this deck. Okay, so this is the new Dialga EX. It's got 180 HP for 1 steel and 2 colorless. Chrono Wind does 60 damage. If the defending Pokemon is an EX, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. This new steel deck is going to be a whole lot about your opponent not being able to attack, which is exciting. I'm just really excited about this deck. I can't wait to have it built. And then Full Metal Impact for 2 steel and 2 colorless does 150 damage. Discard 2 steel energies attached to this Pokemon. So Bronzong is going to be Dialga's best friend. That's going to work real well. We got the Steel Stadium going here. And the Mightina, I don't know. 90 HP, Crunch for a dark and a colorless, does 30, flip a coin of heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, and Darkness Fang for a darkness and 2 colorless, does 80 damage. So we're going to move along. What is that? Gilgar, Rock Cannon 20 times, flip a coin until you get tails, attack does 20 times the number of heads. We've talked about most of those things. Oh, Aegis Slash! Alright, this is what I've been waiting for. I've actually opened about 30 packs in real life and pulled absolutely no EXs. Pretty bummed about that because I've been wanting this card. But got it online now, so that makes me happy. Alright, so 170 HP. It has the ability Mighty Shield. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from each of your opponent's Pokemon that has special energy attached to it. Think about it. How many decks don't use special energy? Almost none. Almost every deck that is competitive has some type of special energy. Mighty Shield is going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this. And then it has for 3 colorless, it has Slash, Blast, 40 plus, 20 more for each steel attached to this Pokemon. Its attack isn't fantastic. I mean, if with 3 steel attached, you're doing 100 damage, not bad. Muscle Band 120. But it's more of the ability that's going to be so cool. Yeah, I mean, first of all, you're not being able to be attacked by, you know, anything of special energy. So Pyroar, you're not going to hit me for weakness if you have a double colorless attached. So no one-shot knockout for you. And I think that's awesome. I'm excited for this. This card is great, and I can't wait to use it. Got Litleo. The new Litleo's got Roar. Your opponent switches his or her active with one of their benched. So it kind of is like Escape Rope, allows them to choose which one, but still they gotta switch it. Skarmory, Slash does 30 damage. Iron Wing, discard does deal energy attached to this Pokemon, and it does 90. It has 100 HP, tree cost of 1, not too bad. Just moving right on. There's Pyroar. There it is. Okay, this card is awesome. Its ability, I think, is great. If you're running a Pyroar deck, might as well run this one too, just to have it on your bench. And then, why would you even use Lysander? Once during your turn, you may discard a fire energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, switch your opponent's bench with one of his or her active. So it is a Lysander with discarding fire energy, pretty awesome. Its attack is not great. Inferno Onrush does 110 for 3 fire and a colorless. This Pokemon does 30 to itself, so I mean it's immediately going to knock itself down to 80 HP if you do that, and it costs 4 energy to do 110. I mean, it would one-shot itself, but it's not too bad. The new Lampert also has Night March. That's the other one that I was trying to think of. It also has Curse Drop. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you want. Night March for Psychic and a Colorless does 20 times the number of Night Marchers you have in your discard pile. And moving along, 35 left to go. May luck be with us. And alright, so the Blissey, the new Blissey. Tender Vengeance for 3 colorless does 10 times. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 10 times the number of damage counters on each of your benched Pokemon. That's pretty cool. If heads, I mean, if you have a bunch of damage on you, you can, I mean, I don't know, you could possibly one-shot an EX with that if you flip heads. And this is one of those that you could attach that trick coin to and have that second chance for that. Charge Dash for 4 colorless. 60 plus, you may do 20 more damage. If you do, this Pokemon does 20 to itself. I think I said 10 there. It's 20. So for, you know, you're doing 80 damage for 4 energy. Not too good. Not terrible though. All right. Got that Night March, Pumpkaboo, and going to move along. Alright, the new Goodra. I've never been a fan of Goodra, and its abilities are always no good. Each player can't, I mean, this one's not bad. Each player can't attach Pokemon tool cards from his or her hand to his or her Pokemon. But I'm not sure on the ruling with this. That says you can't attach any tool cards to your Pokemon. So maybe with the new Flare gear you can attach it to your opponent still. I'm not sure on that. That's some ruling that we need to find out, but in my mind I think you could. So Slip Trip, maybe not a terrible ability, and then Dragon Pulse, Water, Fairy, and 2 colorless, does 130 damage. Discard the top card of your deck. And the new Leavanny, Coordinate, choose up for a grass, just choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon that have no Pokemon tools attached. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a tool card and attach it. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Pretty interesting. And 2 grass and a colorless. Leaf Storm does 70 damage. Heal 20 damage from one of your grass Pokemon. Pretty cool. That'll be, I don't know, something to mess around with eventually. Alright, so the Diggersby, 100. Diggersby looks like it's having a hard time digging, but 100 HP. Smithereen Smash for 2 colors does 30. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And Earthquake for 3 colors does 80 damage and 10 to each of your benched. So that Earthquake attack hurting everybody, but still doing a lot to your opponent. And the new Feraligatr, 150 HP, whole lot of HP there. Hyper Whirlpool for a water and 2 colors does 60 damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Pretty cool. Again, trick coin. I mean, you could flip again if you immediately hit tails. Second Strike is its other attack, 2 water and double colorless, 80 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has damage counters on it, this attack does 80 more. So it's saying, if you're already hurt, I'm just going to finish you off. Basically is what that says. And got another Wobbuffet. Moving along. The new Klefki has Call for Family for 1 steel. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And Dolite for a steel and a water. 20 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Already looked at that card. The new Heatran, 130 HP, Steel Drop, 1 steel and 2 colorless. 40 plus if there's a stadium in play. This attack does 40 more damage. And Steam Blast for 2 steel, 2 colors, 130 damage, discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. So that'll be fun to play with. 30 packs left to go here. Alright, so Hanatro, I don't know how to say a lot of these names. 100 HP, Hypnoblast for Darkness. It does 20 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Nightmare Mambo, Darkness and 2 colors, does 60 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, this attack does 30 more. Pretty cool. The attacks help each other. And Battle Compressor, it's Team Flare gear. This one is not red though. Search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Why discard your own cards? There's a lot of Pokemon that allows you to attach energy from the discard onto your bench, like the new Bronzong. So I mean, you can discard 3 energy right off the bat and start attaching. I think using one of these in that steel deck wouldn't be a terrible idea. I'm probably going to do that. Just play with it first and see if I like it. Target Whistle, another Aegislash, awesome. Now I just need another Dialga, and I think I'm pretty set. I think I need another Bronzong too, not sure, but alright, got my 2 Aegislashes that I wanted. Target Whistle, gone over that one. This one's a reverse foil. And there's the Dialga. So, yes! Super excited. Can't wait to build this deck now. I love these backgrounds. I think that is awesome looking. Swirlix, 60 HP. For a fairy energy, lick away, remove all special conditions from this Pokemon, and tackle 20 damage for 2 colorless. How many Robo Substitutes? 5 Robo Substitutes, so I definitely have all I need. Another Dialga EX, so I've got 3 of those bad boys. Chronaw, 80 HP, Wave Splash for a water and colorless, does 30 damage. Water 2 colorless, Crunch, 40 damage. Flip a coin if heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright, got a ton of Wobbuffets so far. Another Manectric Spirit Link. Now we just need to see the new Manectric. Looking forward to that one whenever we get it, hopefully. 25 packs left to go. Nothing great here. Got some more Trump. And another Pyroar. This one's a reverse foil. Crobat. Alright, Kingler. 100 HP. Water. Energy. 1 water. Guard Claw. 20 damage. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20. And for 4 water energy, Crab Hammer does 100 damage. Pretty cool. That does a whole lot of damage, but very high energy cost. Swaddle, I guess we can look at it. Nap does heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. Bug Bite, Grass, and a colorless does 20 damage. Didn't actually mean to click on that at first. Alright, 22 packs left to go. Got another Slurpuff, kind of just repeating everything now. Kind of opened a lot of the common stuff, not getting a bunch of new things. I hope to see a Gengar. I'm not too excited about Gengar actually. It's kind of bummed that it's not as good as I thought it would end up being, because I was all excited. I was like, yeah, Gengar's coming out, but it's not too good. Hopefully we can see it in a minute, just kind of talk about it. Another Spirit Tomb, Musharna, got a playset of Trumps now. Alright, 18 left to go. Another Wobbuffet, got 3 Zerosic. 17, another Totodile. Leopard, 90 HP, Gentle Bite does 10 damage for a Darkness. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 60. 2 Darkness, this attack isn't affected by resistance, and it does 40, or cheat cost of 1. Tierno has been reprinted, 16 packs left, got another Pyroar, another Wobbuffet, that's 5 now. Okay, 15 more. There's Gengar's Spirit Link. Tool card, it's attached to your Gengar. Evolve into your Mega. It doesn't end your turn. Pretty awesome. Lampert, Night March. And come on, show us the Gengars. I want to talk about that. And the Manectric. If we see them, hopefully. This video doesn't end. Alright, Manectric EX. Okay, this card I think is insane. It is so good. 210 HP, Turbo Bolt for 1 lightning and a colorless does 110 damage. Does 110 damage for 2 energy. But not only does it do 110 damage, you also attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench. So you've got your one-shot knockout on Yveltal EX, and you get an energy acceleration. How awesome is that? Plus this card just looks so cool. Like, I don't know. It's awesome. Manectric is sweet. Alright, now I just need the Manectric to go with it. Another AZ. Haven't seen any full art supporters yet. 10 packs left. I'd like to see a Head Ringer. I'm tired of seeing Jamming Net. I like Head Ringer more, but so it's whatever. There's a new Hydreigon, 140 HP. Once during your turn, you may attach a Darkness Energy from your discard pile to one of your active, or to your active. I I wish it was 2. One of your benched. This card might actually be useful. But to your active, I don't think it's going to be that good. Maybe in like just a mono dark deck, it might do okay. But for a psychic and a darkness and 2 colorless, crazy headbutt. It's got so many heads. Does 130 damage. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, 8 packs left to go. Alright, so I have 4 Dialga EX. That's awesome. If anyone's interested in a Dialga, I'm looking to trade one now. There's Joltik with Night March, like I was talking about. Is he in a cage at a zoo? What's going on here? Looks like he's in a cage at like a zoo, and she's just looking at him. Dad's walking by. I don't know. I don't think he should be caged, but whatever. 6 packs left. There's the new Muna. See through. Your opponent reveals his or her hand. And double headbutt does flip 2 coins. Does 20 damage times the number of heads for a psychic and a colorless. The new Yanmega has 110 HP. Windfall. Shuffle your deck in your hand and draw 6 for a grass energy. And Surprise Strike does 50 plus. If this Pokemon was on the bench and became your active this turn, it does 50 more. Not too bad. That's pretty interesting. And 5 packs left to go. Let's end this right with some Manectric or something. I don't want to just have some dud draws here. Nothing good out of this pack. Well, haven't seen the new Venomoth, so we'll talk about it. Dizzying Wind. It's got 90 HP. Dizzying Wind, whenever your opponent plays a trainer card from his or her hand during your next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that card has no effect. I actually didn't know about this. That's pretty interesting. So, they want to discard their hand and draw 7. Flip a coin. If tails, you can't do that. And your opponent still discards that card. So that's pretty interesting. Noxious Scales for a grass and 2 colorless does 50 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. So that's the new Venomoth. Moving right along, last 3 packs. Another Jamming Net. I really want a Head Ringer. If we don't get one, I'll talk about it at the end. Kind of explain it. Another Klefki and a Jellicent. The new Jellicent's got 100 HP. Sorry, I stuttered. Meddling. Attach 3 energy cards from your opponent's discard pile to his Pokemon any way you like. I don't know where this would be good. I don't know if I'm just not thinking, but giving your opponent energy, I don't understand why. Maybe so they can't attach it from their discard pile later, but I mean, if you're thinking about building a deck just to do that, I don't know. And Ensnaring Spray for a water and 2 colorless, 50 plus. This attack does 10 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright, and last pack is a whole lot of nothing. Alright, okay, so we'll talk about what else came out in this. There was a new Malamar EX. It has an ability. Let me read it real quick because I actually have this card. Got it from a friend. I actually didn't get it out of the pack. Malamar EX has 170 HP. It has the ability Hyper Hypnosis. When you attach an energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may use this ability. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Not a bad ability. And it has the attack Maximar. For a darkness and a colorless, does 60 times flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 times the number of heads. I'm actually going to we're going to talk about the Manectric. The new Manectric has 170 HP. Overrun for one colorless does 20 damage. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and Assault Laser for one lightning and a colorless does 60 plus 60 more if your opponent has a tool attached. Those are mainly the cards I wanted to go over. Yeah, there's a new Gengar. Yeah, there's a Mega Gengar. But Gengar has its first attack for a colorless, put 3 damage on your opponent's active Pokemon any way you like. The second attack I can't think of right now, but it's not great, so I didn't remember it. And Mega Gengar for, I think it's 3 Psychic Energy. Choose one of your opponent's attacks on one of their Pokemon and use it. So, I don't know how far that's going to get you, but I was very, very disappointed with the new Gengars. But, you know, it happens. So, alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I did have a lot of very not too fun packs I opened, but we got a whole lot of new stuff. I'm definitely going to have a Steel deck video to show you all soon. I have been pretty busy. Actually, I just got engaged this past weekend, so I'm going to be trying to put out videos more often. College is kind of kicking my butt right now, but I'm going to get through it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Remember about the giveaway I'm doing. Remember to comment in the bottom and let me know what you think of all this. So thank y'all for watching. Subscribe to Burnt Toast and play Pokemon.